Isako, Hinawale, Gole, Bilegu Tajistu, Agile Gade, Isako, the Gaka, the Gil Tajiku, Map the Gisako, Majukada, Bill Tajia, the Haliga, Sitawaji, the Gala Wamalo, the Hair Begus. Birhaka, the Shopgash, the goal of a Kurog, Isako, Kolag, dear, at Bacha, just show the girl here, what the big here. Eh, Bilea, Pakota, Jason, here, Ala Wamalo, Galalo, Kivalera, Gonio, we can take you. Paul of the cook, Paul of the Kivish, take you for me. Cook the Paul of the Ira, if you can make you. Paul of the Taxi, show best you can make, of course, she has to. Ah, the gosh, and cook, she gave a book. Exactly, and she is good. It's to us, come not sure. Kada, it's Jack, and I had a think that you very good. Then, Ma process, she has a book of milk. On EBC, with jail cook and near cook. He also never just took the Jason much cafe still near cook. Never station. Not she got cut the coaching Mrs. Jacob. EBC, we got that the Mrs. Jacob. He did to Cary, Birchbach, Birch, Mother,
Carlisle, Iowa. It's the home of the septuplets. That's the claim to fame. It's a good town. Growing up, about 3,500. Small, a lot of farms, a lot of farm kids. It's a good little place. It was good to be brought up there, but it's nice to get out of there too.
My hometown is Great Falls, Montana. I was actually born in Billings, Montana. Only lived there for a couple of years, and the bulk of my growing up happened in Great Falls, which is a pretty cool place. Missouri River runs right through town. And it was cool growing up on the Missouri River. There's a lot of interesting history around that place and that river.
My hometown of Minot, North Dakota, was a place that I grew up with, Pedro, and it's a cold place. There's not a whole lot of opportunity for musical experimentation, but the people, for the most part, are good, and I love going back and seeing my family. Half of my family is still there. My sister, my mom, my stepfather all live there, my grandmother, a bunch of aunts and uncles. I basically did my own drum thing. Peter and I formed a band, and luckily we kind of had each other to bounce ideas off of. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gone as far playing drums, I guess, as I have. Can't say anything bad about the town, but I'm glad I grew up there, and I'm glad everything worked out the way it did. And I still enjoy going back. But from a musical standpoint, I'm really glad that I'm in Fort Collins.
Well, the town slogan, the name is the Magic City. The slogan is actually, why not Minot? And it's funny because you grow up with that slogan in your head, you don't ever think of it, and then you kind of leave Minot, and then you come back and visit it, and you're like, why not Minot? Well, yeah, it is a pretty good town. It is a pretty good town. Just for musically, as a musician, there wasn't a lot of future opportunity there, but you could still play a lot if you did certain styles of music. It was a good town, good place to grow up. I thought definitely had the 4 seasons: spring, summer, fall, and winter, in that order. And winters were brutally cold, windy, tons of snow though. Just get used to it. Ice, fun place. Summers were hot and windy and wet. Yeah, grew up in town, but we also had a barn outside of town where we kept horses and whatnot, and loved to go out there to the barn. That's one of my favorite places, definitely, because it overlooks a big valley right outside of Minot, and go hiking out there a lot. And, yeah, That's Minot. Yeah, it's a good little town. Had a big UFO sighting in 1969.
I've been standing next to you, and it seems like you can't see me anymore. I've given all I've got to give, then again, no one's keeping score. By the way, someone called for you, didn't want to say what for. This train's going nowhere anymore. Rock me to the ocean. Tell me what you're thinking, walking on the shore. You delight in conversation. I could try to start a fight, but I don't know what for. If it's any consolation, it's you that I adore. This train's going nowhere anymore. Maybe I'll see you in another place, a time when we get old. I'm thinking I'll go up north, start again before the water gets cold. I don't need to understand what's going on inside your head. So don't dream up explanations. Some things are better left unsaid. My eyes are on fire tonight. There's something in the air for sure. This train's going nowhere anymore. This train's going nowhere anymore. sun goes down beyond my view, down behind the mountains, and I'll observe the changing hues from the foothills where I reside. The glow around the rock they call the horse-tooth darkens like paper torn and pasted against the sky with grace and ease. Locals drive over, all things considered. This is the evidence of my daily victories. My eyes strain to find a shade I've come to trust and recognize. As the watercolor drains from the horizon, I describe, and my thoughts begin to freeze and float away the winter breeze. This is the evidence of my daily victories. Trusting one another, sisters and brothers. There's the moon, our oldest mother, the sky tonight. Trusting one another, sisters and brothers. Says the moon, our eldest mother, the sky tonight. What have I learned to earn respect in my years of wandering? Silence is a better part of observation, yet it can be deafening. I can see from any distance some becoming of a man, place himself above the members of a nation. Yet in my reckoning, I wanna be the best at what I do. Learn about humanity, every opportunity, as if you and I could walk side by side down any avenue. This is the evidence of my daily victory. My eyes strain to find a shape I've come to trust and recognize. As the watercolor drains from the horizon, I disguise, and my thoughts begin to freeze, float away on a winter breeze. This is the evidence of my daily victories. Yeah, yeah. Trusting one another, sisters and brothers. Says the moon, our eldest mother, sky tonight. Trusting one another, sisters and brothers. Says the moon, our eldest mother, sky tonight. Trusting one another, sisters and brothers. Says the moon, our eldest mother, sky. Yeah.
All right.
All my brothers and sisters celebrating the tradition. You can see pride as it grows. Unity is a gathering of my people. I'm the water, I'm the world, our lands. Unity is culture, nation to nation. Unity is family, friends gathering. I'm a part of your world. I'm a positive feeling you get. We are all children of the world. I am the one, I'm the earth, fire and the wind. Unity is culture, nation to nation. I am the water, I am the earth, fire and the wind. Unity is culture, nation to nation.
Okay, Craig?
1, 2, 1, 2.
Watch every move that you make. You're the battle of the future. We are proud and dance with the songs that you made. Keep our culture pure for us. Set the pace, black whistle. Set the pace. Set the pace, black whistle. Set the pace. Are you traveling today? Where are you going? Our prayers are following as our children are growing. I pray that they grow up clean and right because of your song. Set the pace, like whistle. Set the pace. Set the pace. Whistle. Set the pace. That's a low one. That's a good drum. That's a new one. Set the pace. Set the pace. Are you traveling today? Where are you going? My prayers are following as our children are growing. I pray that they grow up clean and right because of your song. Set the pace, like whistle. Set the pace. Set the pace, like whistle. Set the pace. That's a low one. That's a good tone. That's a new one. Set the pace. Set the pace. Set the pace. out the window in a merry hip style. Everybody gonna get busy for a while. No, when the back room there's a man who's gonna be back in the chair soon. Everybody get down in the national. Everybody gonna talk about the dance hall. I wanna move around and play for the masses. Another move around and shake out the surprises. Another one that wanna come in and change. I think they're living in the fastest kind of same. I think by now you know I'm talking about the side bit. Wanna make it feel a little bit irate. Everybody getting down in the national. Yeah, yeah. Want spirit springing in my head. Makes me feel glad that I'm not dead. Want a spirit springing in my head. Makes me feel glad that I'm not dead. Say time, time, Morin, 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 hey, 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 Morin. Say time, time, Morin, 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 hey, 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 Morin. I'm here to tell you that the world needs change, and everybody gonna have to rearrange the way they operate as an individual. Wanna be on top of it, wanna be original, the mama that we not gonna stand in line. But everybody be left behind, everybody getting down in a national. Yeah, well, want a spirit singing in my head. Makes me feel glad that I'm not dead. Want a spirit singing in my head. Makes me feel glad that I'm not dead. We say time, time, Morin, 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 hey, 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 Morin. We say time, time, Morin, 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 hey, 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 Morin.
So when the whole DVD medium became increasingly popular a couple years ago, Cary thought it'd be a cool idea to have an Atoll DVD. But it's been fun. It's been great. The warehouse, just this, our shooting stage is perfect for what we're doing. Sound crew, camera crew, everybody is fantastic. So it's been a joy, and it's been fun to play and actually meet Jason and the backup singers, Gabby, Julie.
I think the DVD came about because Cary, our band leader, founder of the band, fearless leader, has always been a multimedia orientated person, in that our live shows, a lot of times when we can incorporate multimedia, being dancers or storytelling or projected images on screens, or just simply lights, fancier lights that'll focus attention more, has always been on the forefront of using those ideas.
And just seeing this big old warehouse all empty and just a little bit of gear, and then seeing it grow from that into what it is now has been pretty neat. And then watching everyone come together is really cool. I always like that aspect of bands and music and everything. And
over the years we've tried to record some CDs, and a lot of times the process of recording a CD is a lot different than what happens on stage. And so I thought that maybe doing a DVD in this setting, where we record everything digitally as it happens, both audio and video. Kind of get the best of both worlds, you know, you get a good recording and a visual aspect of how it was created. Crip came to the band through Peter, and I remember the first time I met Crip in Fargo. We were playing at I can't remember what the name of the place was. He came in and told me a story about how his dad had seen the band, and his dad let him listen to the CD, and Crip, I guess, became a fan of the band through his father, and then maybe a year later he was asked to join the band, and that was from Pete telling me that he was a killer drummer, and that was putting it mildly. He really ended up kind of being the foundation for our sound.
When I was playing in the Atoll and we got rid of our drummer, I was like, let me call Crip. That was the first guy I thought of, you know. Let me give Crip a call and see if he's down with it, because he was actually hip to the band before I even knew about the band. He was already a fan of the band. We went to junior high school together. That's where I originally met him. We had our lockers side by side. And I found out he was a drummer and was instantly intrigued because I hadn't really played drum set before.
I mean, he's like a brother. He played drum set before he played percussion. And as soon as he joined the band, of course I was extremely jealous. I kind of knew it was just a matter of time before I'd get the call to come down here, which for at the time just didn't make any sense because I really wasn't that good of a player. Not to say that I'm excellent now or anything, but I've definitely made some strides in my playing over the years. And well, much of that is due to Peter. I see him push himself constantly to get better and better and better at whatever he does. And if I did that, boy, I'd be scary. But I don't, unfortunately. I don't push myself as much as he does. But thankfully, I do have him around. We all have him around to inspire us with his musical drive. And as you maybe hear right now, he's practicing.
The way Pete plays, I think that Pete is one of the most outstanding musicians I've ever worked with. And when he first came to the band, he was he hadn't really played. He played a lot of drums, and I think that he played a lot of percussion. But this style of playing was kind of new to him. So it's really been cool to watch him grow and watch him learn about this and just become the outstanding player that he is, and just an all-around good guy. You know, good guy to be around.
Peter, he's definitely he's got his little magic corner over there with everything happening in drumland, and plus the vocals that he puts onto a song. He and Cary do that very nicely. It's a cool little double vocal happening there.
Craig, the bass player, Craig Fowler, Iowa boy. He's the new guy, although he's been in the band for about 5 years. He's the last one to join, so thus the new guy.
Craig it was great to get him in the band because at the time I was considered the new guy. He's still considered the new guy, which is cool. But he was the one guy that sort of made the band gel because he was the one we could rip on. And seeing him grow into the player that he is today, which is kind of the same boat I was in when I first joined the band. I didn't really know how to play drums as well as I thought I could. And it kind of took me a while to get into the groove of things. And Craig and I sort of, as what most people would consider the rhythm section, drums and bass, kind of grew together. And it's been really good to have him there, not only as a player, but as a friend.
Spent a lot of time rolling around with these three guys. And so being on stage with them is a real comfortable thing. I know I can look to my left and see Craig over there holding it down. I like the way that Craig plays. He's always got an interesting perspective on songs that I write. A lot of times, lines that he comes up with become inspiration for songs.
When I first saw the Atoll in Bismarck, North Dakota, where I was living, it was a mind-blowing experience because it was something that was completely different for me. I'd never seen anything like it before, heard anything like it before, and I watched him play, and saw the freeness of his playing, but yet there was still the technicality and the versatility of different styles, floating in and out of different styles, and you could hear the way he did things was completely different than, well, to take for instance the guitar players I was playing with at the time. Of course, it was completely different realm of music, but I hadn't heard anything like that at the time. And then I found out he was writing all the music and everything. I was like, wow, this is something I really want to check out and get into. Cary has been a leader of the band in every sense of the word, pretty much from the get-go, trying to give us direction and coming up with all kinds of schemes to do different things with just playing and going places and how about this, and he's just a really amazing person overall, very giving, very passionate, a passion for people, for helping out when he can or his family can, or in any way or shape or form. His whole family, his mom, his wife, they're all just terrific people, kids too. And I've met all of his brothers too, just a great family all around. And I think it shows in the lyrics, in the lyrical content of the music that he's writing. You gather all this stuff, Cary's life experiences, emotional quality, just all this stuff. You can hear in his lyrics, very obvious. Just a great person to work with.
Cary brings everything together, the music and logistics of a band, and he's got a lot of insight and foresight as to how he wants a song to go and be put together as the various parts.
Well, Cary, I would say, we'll start with him, brings to the table probably the most unique guitar sound I've ever heard. Definitely has a style that is not only unique, but one of the coolest musical phrasing, some of the coolest musical phrasing that I've ever heard. That is what initially drew me to the Atoll as a whole. Most people would think it would be like wacky drums or something like that. It was actually Cary's guitar style. I love it. So every time I play with him, it's truly inspirational, because the type of players that I like are ones that can have something new every time they sit down and play, and have, a wealth of ideas. You can just see the ideas brewing. I like drummers that think like that. So obviously I like guitarists that think like that too. It's been great playing with him for the past 25 years or however long it's been.